Set deadlines. The difference between you and a professional music producer is that the professional music producer has deadlines to meet. If he wants to eat, he's going to have to release songs. Now, this can be a lot of pressure, but the point here is that the producer doesn't get stuck in la la land, in loop land, in perfectionism land. They try to go with the best version of whatever they're working on. Versus the producer that does it for fun, can get a little too perfectionist on a track. There's a lot of skills involved in making a song. And if you're a bedroom producer, you're a one-man team. So take it lightly, set deadlines, go with the best version and move forward so that you can practice other parts of music production. Separate the music production process. Currently working on a song, and one of the biggest mistakes I make every single time I work on a song that costs me a lot of valuable time is jumping all over the place. For example, right now I have a track where I'm working on the breakdown. And as I'm working on the breakdown, I'll start to notice that clap doesn't sound right. So then I'll start fidgeting with it. Then the open hat all of a sudden doesn't sound balanced because the clap is a little louder now. And then the open hat makes everything sound weird. So then I go to the master. And why do I even have a master at this point? Separate everything into its own process. It always sucks when you have to go back and rework stuff just because you skipped steps. As a music producer, being in the flow state and making music and having everything work together is one of the best things. So try to fight that mixing, mastering bug just because you want to hear how it's going to sound like. Try and get the song idea done when you can. Now, there's nothing wrong with mixing as you go, but again, just try to refrain from it because I feel like that's probably where most of the time is wasted. Like for instance, instead of worrying about the idea and the songwriting to make the track sound better, I care more about the mix to make it hit. A poopy idea will always be a poopy idea. And try to stick to the process. Making a template in your DAW can be as easy as making a new project file, or like in Ableton, you can go and make one. Well, I recommend you put in your template is stuff that you're always going to be using. For instance, we're always going to have leads, bass, kick, drums. The other cool thing too that you can do with templates is that you can create templates where you pretty much have everything laid out, the reverb plugin you're going to use, the delay plugin you're going to use. So that way you only stick to those reverbs and you don't have to worry about what reverb this track needs. Time is better spent elsewhere when starting a track. Learn your DAW. Whenever someone asks me what's the best music production course out there that they should watch to become a better producer, I always say, learn your DAW. To this day, I still learn new things from Ableton because I never read the manual. I never watched the whole series on how to use it. There's little shortcuts that are so amazing. Like for instance, for me, the Command I in Ableton to insert time, locking automations and unlocking them so that you can copy and paste stuff and you don't have to delete the automations and mess them up. Command Shift X to delete time. For instance, let's say you added some weird section, it just doesn't work and you just want to crop all that out. Organizing everything with the color, putting it into a group, right clicking there, assigning track. Dude, this one was like, why didn't I know this? Learn your DAW, guys. It's probably one of the best investments you can have. Instead of trying to find the next magic pill when it comes to mixing or music production, learn how to use your DAW effectively. Study other artists' music. Studying other people's music is the best way to learn how to make music. If you know how to use your DAW, if you know how to make basic sounds, and if you can mimic your favorite producers to an extent, you can easily learn how to arrange a track where certain things work. You can do remakes of them. You can work on a song, and let's say you're stuck on a break and you have this very, very techie vocal, and then the producer did a certain kind of break that works with that techie vocal in his track. You get inspired off theirs and do the same thing in yours in your own way. The problem with this one though is that a lot of people will follow sometimes like a damn sheep the way the whole track works. He puts a vocal drop here that says night. You put one. He puts a payout that sounds like you do it the same and almost with the same exact sound. However, the cool thing about studying music like this is that a lot of you guys will always ask me, I don't know what kind of drums to use for a song. I don't know what kind of leads I need or basses I need. Again, all of this can be answered by selecting a genre that you want to make, limiting yourself to knowing like, hey, I want to make techno, I want to make hip hop, I want to make pop, I want to make funk. So this is easily the best advice I like to give to people. From there, once you can make music like a pro and you can make songs that sound decent, then you can experiment a bit to try to be unique. But don't be scared to study music, just don't rip people off. And these are going to be some of the tips for time management as a music producer. And like I said again, setting deadlines is probably the best advice you're ever going to get. It's something that I never thought of making music for almost like 5 to 6 years. It was always just constantly trying to perfect that one song. And as always, you guys have a great rest of your day. Beep, beep, out.